What's up, Ghost and Ghouls? It's the one, the only, JT Ripper, and I'm here with
Todd of Thunder.
And we're back with a new countdown for you. We are going to give you our top 10 favorite franchises. We have done a lot of research on this, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of thought into this. We had a fan kind of reach out to us with the idea of doing a top 10 franchise. So, Bernard asked us what our top 10 franchises would be. So, I got mine. The Thunder has his. The fan gave us their top 10. So,
we're going to be respectful, and we're going to shout out his list.
Yes. So, and we're going to react to this, and because I thought some of them was interesting, some of them was, most of them's pretty self-explanatory. Number 10 is VHS.
Okay. Good little series, a little found footage.
It is. I got to thinking about it. I was like, VHS is it's not one that I really hated.
No, and, it's not a huge, well-known franchise. It's kind of one of those underground ones. I've seen quite a few of these, and from what I've seen, I like them.
They're
I
up to
think
like 6 or 7, right?
Something like that. I know that if you go back in our archives and we talk about our found footage episode, I believe that we at least mention it.
We bring up VHS.
So we're well aware of that series, and it's newer, which is cool because on a lot of these countdown lists you don't get a whole lot of love for newer movies. So I think that's great. So
number 9 is Friday the 13th series, which
that's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you got 12 films in there. You're bound to gonna get a couple that you like, so cool.
A lot of people talk shit about the Friday the 13th franchise. To me, there's really only one bad one. That's Jason Goes to Hell.
Well, I'm not going to say too much about it.
Yeah,
because I might have it on my list.
Yeah, we'll touch on that on our list. Number 8, Nightmare on Elm Street franchise.
Another self-explanatory kind of moment. These are good, by the way. What's his name? Bernard?
Yeah. And I thought it was kind of... Okay, I'll talk about this in a minute. So number 7's Halloween franchise.
Cool.
Number 6 is Saw.
Nice.
Which, number 5, The Conjuring universe. So
okay, good for you. I like those films.
Yeah, some people... when I was Googling this, you have the Conjuring movies, but everybody pretty much puts all the movies together, not just, so they, the Conjuring universe. You have number 4, the Chucky universe, because I guess it could, I don't know how to put it. Chucky is... It's a deep breath on that one. Chucky has...
it's 7 films plus the television show.
Yeah, and we're 3 seasons in on the television show.
Again, that's self-explanatory. I mean, Chucky's a huge popular villain in the horror world, so...
Yeah, but solid franchise though.
Well, this is his list.
Yeah. I'm not knocking it, but above them, it's I'm just being honest. I'm being real.
Mm-hmm.
So Chucky universe. Number 3, Evil Dead.
Nice.
So for people out there, you have your first 3, then you have the remake, and then you have the new one, Evil Dead Rise.
Mm-hmm.
So. And number 2, Final Destination franchise.
Okay.
Pretty solid franchise.
Yeah.
And number 1, Scream.
Yeah. This list, doesn't surprise me. I think that a lot of horror fans would have a similar list. They would definitely probably have all of these films just in a different order. Like, that's all it is that most of these would probably just be in a different order in somebody else. But 9 times out of 10, all those ones that he mentioned would probably be on, any given list.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised about the order, but some of them didn't surprise me. But
yeah, that's
overall,
that's the beauty of it,
you
know. That's the beauty of it, that we get a different perspective. What we value, somebody else might less value, or maybe not value is the word, but movies that we think are more important in the genre may only strike a little bit of a nerve with somebody, and then later films, they might, it might depend on how old he is. It might depend on when he got into horror. It might depend on, anything like that. Is 100 different factors. I mean, if you grew up with Halloween, you're going to have it near and dear to your heart. But if you grew up with Scream, that is going to be your Halloween, and you can't fault people for that.
No.
But at least he has Halloween on there. It would suck if he just did not have it.
Yeah, so, I got to thinking about that. We can say kids at this point because Zach was born in 2010, right?
No,
not 2010.
Zach was born in 2008.
2008.
Close.
But 2008 to now. He didn't grow up. There was no Friday the 13th movies that was released, hardly at all. The remake. Yeah,
the Friday the 13th remake, and he was barely one. It came out in 2009. Thank goodness that I am who I am. And before streaming services got really popular, I was a huge DVD Blu-ray collector. So a lot of those films he watched. He may not remember them, but he watched them,
Well, I'm just saying, you kind of are a product, or you kind of stayed towards what growing up. And we were lucky to have our Candymans, our Hellraisers, Leprechaun,
and another advantage that we had was called video stores.
Yeah, we didn't have phones, so the video stores was our pastime. So we were seeking these movies out, and it just kind of opened up a different perspective. Nobody should really be knocking the younger generation if they don't know. Show them. Quit fucking running your mouth. Grab them by the hand. Be like, hey, let me show you this great movie, Deep Red.
Right. And you know what? It's like I said earlier, it's nothing wrong with liking Scream over Halloween.
No, not at all.
Because
spectacular franchise.
You like Scream over Halloween. I like Halloween over Scream. The common denominator is we both like the movies.
Exactly.
We both like both of them. So
they're still solid franchise.
Yeah, it's nothing there to argue about. But that was a decent list. Like I said, that's any given list right there.
Yeah.
Those movies will be common, and rightfully so, because they're huge and they're popular, and most of them, if not all, every one he mentioned, I was like, yeah, I can find enjoyment out of everything on his list.
Yeah.
But,
there's one thing that I don't find enjoyment in, and that is Rotten Tomatoes. So I looked up their top 10 franchises. I was actually kind of surprised. A little bit, but they've got to be different. It's one thing if your list is different because it's just truly what you like. And then there is different for the sake of being different. You're trying your damnedest to be different to the point where it's not authentic and you lose yourself in this fakeness. But anyway, excuse me. Lord have mercy. Number 10, Predator.
Okay.
And this is what got me diving more into it, because I was like, Predator. Okay, 1, 2, 3, Predator. Like, fuck, there is a lot of Predator movies now.
Right.
But my question is, do you count AVP
Yes.
in
Yes.
both?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
But just for the fans out there. Anyway, number 9, Insidious.
Okay. Same thing as the Conjuring universe on Bernard's list.
Yeah. We have number 8 is A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay.
Number 7, Saw.
All right.
Number 6 was George A. Romero's Dead franchise. So
Yeah, we was talking about that before we
Yeah.
started, and we decided that we're not going to count that. It's not really a I mean, it is, but I don't think it qualifies for this list. Honestly, I think you can look at those films, and if you've only seen one of those films, you're not missing something. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think that comes down to what your rules are, and I think we just decided not to just do it. So, I'm not putting them down for it because, I mean, they probably have a legitimate reason for doing it. I mean, they were all directed by George A. Romero. They all center around a zombie apocalypse type of deal.
Yeah.
So
I think
connect
it's
them
in the same universe.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
it's okay.
The Conjuring universe. I mean,
Okay.
Which is it's going to be on a lot of people's list,
Right.
especially younger people, because I mean that's pretty much the biggest franchise
Right.
in the past 10 years. Number 4, Aliens.
Okay. Yeah.
Number 3, Evil Dead.
All right.
Number 2, Scream.
All right.
And number 1, Hannibal Lecter.
Okay. The Silence of the Lambs films. Let's count that. You got your Manhunter, you got your Silence of the Lambs, you got your Hannibal, you got your Red Dragon, and you got Hannibal Rising.
So, I mean,
and then you have your Hannibal television series that goes along with it.
Yeah.
And I guess at this point you can count the Clarice series that came on NBC not too long ago.
Yeah.
Because that's a character from that universe.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah, I mean...
And I got to thinking about it. As much as I love shitting on Rotten Tomatoes, none of those movies, in my perspective, I know a lot of people don't care for like Red Dragon and stuff, but I think those are all solid movies.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not going to shit on the list because I like everything on the list. Now,
yeah.
I mean, am I going to put every single one of those on my list?
Right.
No, I can tell you some of them are on my list, definitely, but
yeah,
it is what it is. But not bad. We're not shitting on that. Rotten Tomatoes, you still suck dick though.
Yeah. Rotten Tomatoes, you can suck one till it gets soft in my book. But I think the fun thing to talk about is what has potential.
Yeah,
and. Like, we were having a conversation. I actually wish we were recording that conversation. It was a great conversation. Which is funny because normally our horror conversations are recorded. But
and before we go any further, let's tell the people that we decided that what makes a franchise is either 4 or more films in it. So the films that we're about to talk about have either 1, 2, or 3 just stopped at being a franchise. So we're talking about the potential in the future of these or the future of these trilogies or sometimes standalone films to become a franchise. So
yeah, one that I've been talking. I need to quit saying I was talking with Leanna. I showed her the first 2